everyone, it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is my next question and answer segment where I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you today. The first question I have is, hold on, I lost it for a second. Okay, I started eating better. In the morning, my stomach is semi-flat, but later in the day, I bloat really bad. What causes this? I don't have high sodium and I cut down dairy. Well, it's not uncommon for your body to hold some more water when you get toward the end of the day, just from the foods you ate, the water you drank. So in the morning, you're usually more flat in the stomach area. But if you have bloating or gas, it could be caused from fibrous vegetables, like if you're eating a lot of broccoli or Brussels sprouts. If you're eating, a huge one is artificial sweeteners. So if you have a lot of gum or any sugar-free substitutes, if you're having, if you're adding like sugar-free syrup to your protein pancake, or you're having meal or Crystal Light, a lot of that stuff adds up and that could cause some bloating. Sometimes certain whey protein powders can do that, so maybe switch up your protein powder. But those are usually the main culprits, so hopefully one of those is what's bothering you and helps you out. Nicole, what is your opinion on fat burners? Well, I'm not opposed to fat burners. I think if you're looking for an extra boost in the afternoon or morning, taking a fat burner is basically like a glorified espresso shot, so it'll just give you a little bit more energy to push harder during your workouts so that you burn more calories and thus burn more body fat. But you have to work out and eat clean if you take one. And you can't just take one and expect to lose a bunch of body fat. It doesn't really work that way. So as long as you're following the directions of the bottle and you're not taking it consistently for a year, you kind of cycle it on and cycle it off, I have no issues. The next question I have is, what are your suggestions for achieving a sleek midsection, the figure 8 type, like a bikini competitor? My waist is blocky. Are there any specific exercises I can do to trim it down? I would avoid any type of really heavy weighted exercises. Stick with more higher repetition, do a lot of circuits with your abs, hit them a couple times a week. Don't do any weighted side bend stuff because it could potentially thicken the midsection. And the really big thing is going to be your diet. So losing body fat will help make the waistline come in a little bit tighter. And the next question I have is, what business-related advice can you share with an aspiring IFBB Bikini Pro competitor, an aspiring fitness model? I'm a CPT and on a good training path, just curious about the business side of things. This is kind of a loaded question. I'm not really sure what you're trying to achieve, but the first thing that came to my mind was there are a lot of women that approach me on how to get a sponsorship. And the biggest thing really is, instead of emailing a company that you want to work for about, asking them what they can do for you, email them and tell them why you would be a good fit for them, like why they would benefit from having you and not somebody else, because there's thousands of other girls that are trying to do the same thing as you. So try to do something that sets you apart. Also, social media is huge, so try to build up a social media following so that you have trust in your fans and companies see that. So those are my 2 pieces of advice. And the last question I have is, how much and often do you change up training a particular muscle group to keep the muscles guessing? I would not follow a specific weight training program without changing something, sets, reps, order of exercises, weight you used for 8 weeks at a time. I personally change up my workouts every week, so I might switch the order, I might do something a little, do a different exercise. For example, I might do pull-ups one week, I might do wide grip pull-ups the next week. So I'm always changing it up. Sometimes I lift super heavy, Sometimes I do a lot of drop sets. Sometimes I'll add supersets if I don't have enough time. So I think really the key is not getting stuck doing the same thing for too long and changing it up as often as you can. So those are my questions for this week. I hope you guys are still living the fit life, or at least improving on living your fit life. Until next time, ask your questions on the FitnessRx for Women Facebook page, and I will choose questions to answer for you every Friday. I will see you guys next week.